It is day 3, the final day of the Jurassic trial, and it sounds like we're in for a short day. Most of the sections are nearby the beach or by the hotel, so it should be a short loop and an enjoyable day. I haven't seen any scores yet, but in talking and watching some other riders, it sounds like I might be a long shot for the podium, but I'm just going to go out there and have some fun and enjoy the final day that I'll have riding in the warm weather for a while. Okay, this little tree ride on the loop looks too good to pass up. Yep, that was fun. Real fun part of the loop here. Step up into quarter pipe. Perfect spot to get a little mid-trial freestyle in. Oh, so close. Go. This line on the beach looked too good to pass up. It was pretty good. It was a shorter day. The sections were probably the easiest of the entire weekend, but it was a fun day. It did start out pretty poor for me. I just had a really lame 2 on the first section. I'm not really sure what happened, just got offline and yeah, barely got through the thing, and it was pretty disappointed to start that way. It's always rough to start on a rough note, but I was able to turn it around and enjoy it after that, and didn't take any more points after that. So yeah, had a lot of fun. It was cool to be right near the ocean and got to ride around the sand a bit and up on the rocks, and yeah, it's just a really cool experience to have sections right there, and then yeah, the ocean there with all the beach and cool. You always want to ride on those rocks, and you just never get the chance. In the States, you're never allowed to do stuff like that, so to have that opportunity was a lot of fun. And yeah, really nice spot to eat lunch once again, right up on top of the hill. Beautiful view, and even found some fun spots to play around on between the sections. So really really fun day, I thought, and sections were on the short side and the easy side, but just a good way to end the 3-day trial, I would say. And then after the trial, we had a little show on the beach with Eniol and myself, just messing around on the rocks, sort of right on the water. Even went down into the water, and we were throwing bikes at each other and jumping over people, and it was just a great time, a lot of fun, and just a great way to end the whole experience, I think. So I ended up third, which I guess I got to be happy to salvage a podium after making such a big mistake early on Friday. Stalling a bike in a section that I was clean on is a pretty big error in an event this easy when there are 10 riders probably that have the ability to clean every section. You just can't afford a big mistake like that, and to throw it away that early was a bit of a bummer, but it was really more about the experience of the event. Sure, it would have been nice to push the Spaniards a little bit more and be closer in the end, but they rode really well and didn't make as many mistakes as I did, so that's what it came down to. But it was really more about the whole experience of the event in itself. It's something so unique, something that I've never really seen another event like it around the world, so I'm glad I could be a part of the first one, and I'm just really impressed with how much work and effort went into it, and how well set up they had the event, taking care of the meals and the bike transportation and having fuel stops and all that was just really cool, something that I'll always remember, and I hope to do it again someday, and I hope to see more Americans participate in the future.
Let's rewind back to the weekend prior, since my wife and mom joined me on this trip, and we arrived early for the pre-show, so we had a few days to kill. We spent Sunday at a coffee plantation, taking a tour and checking the place out. I am not too into coffee, but I still found it interesting to learn things like the fact that caffeine extracted from coffee beans for decaf is sold to energy drink companies.
I'm just here to get out of the cold weather back home. No, really, I saw the...
On Monday, there was a press conference with the organizers, along with some event sponsors and riders. Then Andy Perry and I rode around outside of the stadium for the local media. Tuesday was the day at the beach. I'm not one who likes to sit around for too long, so we rented a bodyboard and tried to catch some waves. On Wednesday, we went to Wingnut's Canopy Tours for some ziplining. I've been ziplining in the States, but this was a whole different level of excitement. It had plenty of normal zips, and even a break for lunch up in the trees. But then we had to rappel probably 30 feet or so upside down. They control your speed, and it may not look fast in the video, but it felt like you were going to free fall straight to the ground on your head. Unfortunately, my camera died before the coolest parts, a Superman-style zip, and the best of all, one standing up on a surfboard. Thursday was the opening ceremony, but on Friday and Saturday, I was out in the jungle for the long-distance days. My wife and mom spent these days sightseeing and on the beach until Sunday when they could watch the sections up close. The trip ended up being an enjoyable vacation for all of us. I would definitely recommend putting this event on your list as a trials rider of almost any level. This year being the first, it should only get better in the future.
Pura vida!